Well, hello there, Jennifer Aiden here. And if you have attended one of my webinars on the 7 easy steps to turning your LinkedIn account into a powerful client getting engine, then you learned about this amazing software that can really target your ideal prospect and generate an abundance of very targeted leads for you on LinkedIn. So I walked through a strategy on that. The software we're talking about is Advanced Social Messenger, and it automates about 90% of that 7-step strategy that I talked about. So let me just walk through this really quickly to show you what the software does and how it does it. Now, in that webinar, we detailed a 7-step strategy for LinkedIn. However, this software does not only market to your ideal prospect on LinkedIn, but it also markets on YouTube, on Facebook, on Viadeo, Google Plus, SalesSpider, Goodreads, and Twitter. Now there's all these features. It's like a marketing hub for you, but we've shown you the strategy for LinkedIn. So let me just show you what this does. So first of all, you need to tell the software what your accounts are. So you enter your account login information here, and it gives you all the choices here. And you just enter that information. So when you ask the software to do its job in a particular platform, then it's going to log into that account of yours and then do the job that you've asked it for. So in LinkedIn, here's what you can do. So first of all, you're going to set up your welcome message. And this is the message that when you do have new connections on LinkedIn, this message goes out automatically to those new people, your new first level connections, and it says, welcome. I'm happy to be connected with you. I think what I do will benefit you. And you can do a little commercial about yourself, direct them to a website or something, or invite them to a conversation. Whatever your initial welcome message is, you put it in here and it will be sent out automatically to those people. Now remember, in that strategy, that's one of the steps that is so critical to making that connection with your new first level connections, acknowledging that you're connected and then sharing a little bit about yourself, keeping it simple. So it will do that for you, and I'll just show you how it does that. So when you run the updates, it will log into your account. It will look for any new connections that you've made and compare it against the connections you've already had prior to your last update on the software. And when you click on Update Contacts, it imports all of those new people. And when it imports them, it will send that message to them automatically. Okay. So and all of your contacts will appear in the software. And this is a database that can be exported in a CSV file as well. Okay. So that's one step. It will send those welcome messages to your new first level connections. It will also send messages to your second level connections in groups on LinkedIn. Okay, so when you join groups on LinkedIn, you run an update here on update groups. It pulls all the groups into your software, so you can tell the software what groups to message to. So you choose a group, you create your message, and you send that message to the groups. Now, what I do a lot of is I invite people to my webinars. And I don't just invite anybody. I join groups that are that have a lot of members that will be my ideal prospect, and I've identified the keywords that are associated to those people. Those keywords will appear in their LinkedIn profile. So the software will go into the group that you choose, and it will look for people. It'll search for members in those groups that have the keyword that you've asked it for. And you can also be very specific as to area. If you work in a specific city, you can customize that as well. Each message that you send can have this placeholder that has their first name in it. So you say, hi, John, blah, 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 whatever your message is. And you can also put in the placeholder for the group name. So, hi, John, we're both connected in the Coaches and Consultants Alliance group here on LinkedIn, and then say your message. So it can be very personal and very customized. So you run these messages, it goes out to them in groups, but that message appears in their LinkedIn account in the LinkedIn message box in their LinkedIn account, and then LinkedIn in turn will send that same message to their email account. So they get it twice from LinkedIn, and the deliverability from LinkedIn is amazing. So we recommend that you send about 100 messages a day into groups. That's a safe number to be sending, and you get a great response from that number of messages. Okay, now if you haven't joined groups, it has a function to actually be able to identify groups that would be appropriate for you. So by entering the keyword that's associated with your ideal prospect, it will find groups that are related to that keyword, and it's likely that your ideal prospect will be members of those groups. And then you can join the groups from the software if you like, and it will automatically do that for you. And then after you've joined the groups, of course, you're going to run the update to let the software know that you are a member of those groups. So when you are sending messages, you can choose the groups that you've joined. So the other thing that the software will do is send a message to your first level connections. Now it's important to have a strategy ongoingly to your first level connections in LinkedIn, and this strategy is a messaging strategy that's always delivering value, demonstrating your expertise, solving problems. So being clear about what the problems are that your ideal prospect has, and then being clear about how you solve those problems for them, that's what those messages are about. And then they can also be inviting them to a phone conversation, whatever it is. Invite them to a webinar, invite them to download something of value, to visit your website, to see an article that you've written. But all of these messages are you delivering value to them. Now when they go to the page, or when they attend a webinar, or whatever it is, within that content you can be asking them to buy whatever it is you want them to buy. But in these messages you don't pitch them, you just invite them to have access to content that will be of value and solve problems for them. Okay, so you can be sending messages to your first level connections directly from the software, and we recommend that you send up to 250 a day. Now the number of times you're going to be sending messages is dependent on your audience. It may be once a month, it may be once every couple of weeks, whatever makes sense for your audience. Some audiences are more tolerant of more messaging while other audiences aren't, so you need to be clear about what that is for you. But then you send out these messages and they receive your communications, and you get a lot of great response from this. And so you can do that directly from the software. Now if you've got thousands of connections, you're sending 250 a day, but it will start at the next connection, so it doesn't repeat it. It knows to start where it left off and continue on the next day, so until you get through them all. Now I'm just going to say here that the success of this software is in part because of what we call the human emulation technology. And what that is that it operates as if it's actually you, the human, doing the tasks. So it operates at the speed of a human doing the tasks, and there's going to be variations on how quickly you do anything when you're doing a task in marketing online. So it will record, it will do that task at varying speeds. Now typically an action is going to be between 60 seconds and 120 seconds, and it's going to vary in between. So it's not like this is blasting any of these platforms. It certainly isn't. It's actually being like an assistant working for you in the background, getting a job done while you can be on actually dealing with prospects or doing other things, and not be doing spending your valuable time doing the grunt work of actually finding those prospects. Okay, so this is sending to your personal network. And also we have a function here that is a social scanner, and what this does is based again on your criteria, your keywords, and all of your details about your ideal prospect. It will go out and it will do profile views. And if you've added your Twitter account, you can ask it to also connect with them on Twitter if you like, as it's doing those views. But you know how it goes in LinkedIn. LinkedIn will notify you of people that have been looking at your profile, and oftentimes you'll go and look at their profile as well. And if there's somebody you want to connect with, then you'll make a connection request. Well, the same is here. All of those people that you're looking at, they will see that you're looking at them, and they maybe inquire or invite you to connect as well. In addition to scanning, however, the social scanner will also collect the data from those scans that it's made. Now, I don't have anything demonstrated in here, but it collects their LinkedIn ID, their name, job, location, industry, number of connections, phone number if they provided it, Twitter ID, and then the number of connections they have. And this data can also be exported. So if you've got a value for that, it's going to collect that information for you. I know a lot of our clients find this very valuable as well. So those are the LinkedIn functions of this software, and it does a wonderful job. So what we talk about in the 7 steps to turning your LinkedIn account into a powerful client getting engine is, number 1, develop a decent professional profile. Secondly, identify who your ideal prospect is. So create a prospect profile with keywords. And then you're going to be joining groups that are appropriate to your prospect profile. Then you're going to be messaging in those groups, inviting them to consume some content that you've provided that solves a problem for them and is creating value for them. Next, you're going to be messaging your first level connections and have an ongoing strategy for, again, delivering value to your first level connections. And then the 7th step was to be following up with all your leads. This is going to generate a lot of activity and a lot of leads for you. So you need a system and a plan, obviously, to be following up with those leads once they've connected with you and have asked for more information, because there's going to be lots of activity, lots of people attending your webinars, and also messaging you within LinkedIn and asking more about what you do. So that's what this will do. Now, this is just LinkedIn, and then of course it will message into YouTube if you have a YouTube account. It'll do keyword targeting to YouTube YouTube channels and send a message to that channel owner. It will also do messaging in Facebook groups, again, keyword related, and sending a message to people who are having conversations using the keyword that you're targeting. Viadeo is a similar platform to LinkedIn, and it will also do messaging and connect with people there. Google Plus is a huge platform, and it will do messaging and developing your impact and your market in Google Plus. This is so powerful. We'll do other webinars on all of these as well. Sales Spider is another platform that you can be connecting and messaging in. Goodreads is also another, and Twitter. Now, these are all being developed in greater depth as we go, and we're going to be teaching strategies for using each of them. But initially, what we've been talking about is LinkedIn, and you're on LinkedInleverage.ca, and that's what we're talking about here is LinkedIn. So so you can get the software and start implementing that strategy right away on LinkedIn, and then all of these other platforms are just bonus for the same price. Now, when you click on the link below to begin your purchase of this, you'll just enter your name, email, and phone number, and when you click enter, it will direct you to the website for the software to choose your the license that you prefer to use. If you want to get started with a $67 a month license, then you just click on buy now and purchase that license. If you'd like the annual license, you click there and click on that. The annual license is a much better value, of course, and you can also use it on 2 computers. So choose your license. There's also a quarterly option that I don't really talk about, because when people, if they start with the monthly license, they generally update or upgrade to the annual license pretty quickly once they see the value of the software, and then they just upgrade from there. So so this is where you're going to get the software, and once you've done so, then you'll receive an email from me, and you need to send me your purchase receipt, and then I will schedule the the promised consultation for your strategy on using the software and getting you properly set up. So go ahead and do that. Begin by entering your name, email, and phone number below, and then make the purchase and get back in touch with me. Then I'll get you going on this software with a great strategy so you can start generating those targeted leads right away. And then on an ongoing basis, we'll be providing additional training on these different platforms that the software allows you to be targeting your ideal prospects in them as well. So we'll get into that in greater detail. But initially, get going with LinkedIn and get the value of this amazing software right away. Okay, so below here, just all you need to do is enter your name, email, and phone number, click on enter, and then choose your license, and then message me with your receipt, and we'll go from there. And I can't wait to hear about your amazing results with this software. It's been a game changer for me, and I know you're going to experience the same. It's pretty standard. Everybody who starts using this software really gets great results with it. So there you go. I look forward to sharing in your success.